You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. The retro shooter Pandora's box is one of the best budget devices or plug-and-play solution as making this video. It's highly possible in the future there will become all kinds of different clones or maybe different solutions, but for now this is just such an easy plug-and-play kit. Where some of the brands are absolutely better maybe in some ways when it comes to maybe the build quality, the size of the light gun, the different solenoid, you name it. But most of them will have a high price tag, or you just need to mess around with a lot of settings with the PC. And this is just one of those plug and play solutions and maybe one of the best and budget devices you can get. So one of the cool features that we do have a feedback in the system itself, but this is not your typical feedback. This is a mechanical solenoid, a completely different situation and actually one of the unique designs for the retro shooter. Some will hate it and some will love it. I think it's just great to have some kind of feedback, and it is quite strong. But there's also a very fun, very nice features that when you're going to be holding the joystick for a couple of seconds, it will switch to the rapid fire. You know, and that's kind of cool that we can switch between these modes and having the option to play all kinds of different games. And the reason why, because with previous models I've reviewed, and then not the gun for your but other ones, but the major problem is that we do have the problem with some games that needs rapid fire. Think about the old school Terminator games. You couldn't use it because the gun doesn't support it at that moment. And this is one of those cool features. They've been thinking about everything so far, I know. But how about the sensor itself? You can just see that they put arrows on there, so I'm guessing you need to put it on the position. So I'm going to be doing putting on the left and the right top corner and the left and bottom part. So you can do different configurations. For example, they also give you the nice cut down size of double-sided tape. So if you want to put it on there and want to remove it later on, or you have a cabinet, you can just screw it on with the bracket that they're going to be giving you. So they're giving you some options, and I'll say this looks kind of nice. Let's see if it's going to be clicking in. Okay. But the idea is that you can just slide it in and out. So that's absolutely cool. But okay, everything has been set up when it comes to plugging everything into the device itself. So the only downside is that when you're plugging in the 12 volt, it will automatically boot up. So we need to have a switch between that. I think I didn't see it in my, let's say, box itself. No. Finally booted up, we're having the force sensor in place. This is exactly the position I've took them, and they also shown on the picture where you're going to be plugging it in. But what's kind of cool, if you're going to be plugging in the light guns itself, it will automatically go to the, let's say, Corsair calibration. So when actually booting up for the first time, like I mentioned before, is that we're going to be needing configuring everything. They're going to be showcasing you how you need to set up the sensor, so make sure that is right. Select, and then we can calibrate the light gun itself. You can see it's going to be, it looks kind of weird. Yeah, there we go. So it's already been configured. So what you can do is pressing the B button, or you're just going to be going into the calibration. And when everything is done, it's ready to go. And now the calibration has been done. Everything seems to be working just fine. And we can do it also with the second light gun. So in my case, we don't have any controllers connected now because we're going to be using the retro shooter itself. You can just see you can navigate through the menu by using the analog stick. And that is just very convenient if you don't want to use the controls or the extra controllers. So another thing is, if you want to get into a certain menu, you're pressing this left button over here. We're having recent, all kinds of games. You want to get in the light gun, and there we have Action Max. All kinds of new things has been implemented on this, and all kinds of cool games. But let's get into it and let's have some retro fun, man. Okay, so Terminator is one of those games that utilizes the rapid fire. I mean, if you're going to be holding this, you're going to get a rapid fire, and that's going to be epic. So this is absolutely nuts. You can use the pedals for the rocket if you want to, but I'm guessing they also configured it to a different button over here. So with games like these, the pedal is just an extra. Oh man, this game is so much fun. Ah, nasty. Completely messed up. So one of the games I really love to play is Time Crisis. This is not the main version. So what I understand of this thing can't run the main version. So you're stuck with the PlayStation 1. That is inferior, but it's still a lot of fun. So let's boot it up. So one of the things that we're going to be needing to do is that we're having the pedal. You don't really need it because they mapped it to the button, but if you want to have the full experience, you're just going to be getting yourself the pedal itself. Because you can put the Time Crisis, the pedal to the metal, or it's actually made out of plastic, but beside the point. Okay, here we go. Action. No crosshair, no cheating. Like you can see that the rapid fire is still enabled, so let's disable that. And this is just a moment of memorizing which character comes from where. Say, sucker! Okay. That was a really short stage. Maze of the Kings from the Dreamcast system. This is absolutely awesome. 2 guns, let's see how it will work out. I do correctly configure all of them. Both of the play have been entered. That's absolutely cool. Hey. See, and that's the thing with the blue one. Everything seems to be working just fine. Let's go back to the blue one. The retro shooter Pandora's box. It's absolutely a very cool product if you just want to search a low budget solution for a plug and play situation. We have all kinds of different, let's say, light gun stuff, but this thing is just a very cool idea. So where it's not maybe perfect in some ways, it's even also updatable when it comes to the online, let's say, features and the community.